Oh,
That
now
is
Voyager.
that is beautiful. That is a beautiful pine.
Yes.
For $1?
Oh,
For
my
a
God.
dollar. For a
That
dollar.
is really crisp.
I love
That's in really good shape.
It's like brand spanking new.
It's like 40 years old.
Who's what?
There's something in here.
Studio. Oh, what did you?
Oh, it's my receipt. I thought it was like an old document.
A note of some kind.
This film always makes me think of you.
Mm,
You don't let's shoot for the moon.
Yeah.
I love that era of studio classic VHSs where it almost looks like a painted photograph.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I like about the Wuthering Heights.
I'm just gonna take you down my VHS collection.
Oh! Do you have a VHS player?
No, they just
Yeah,
sit on the
these
shelf
are
like
just-
books,
Great.
which also don't get used.
I do think that you should get a VHS player to enjoy them, but
Really good one. I'll be right back.
great. I don't have any VHS. I have to get in this beautiful,
They're just fun to have.
gorgeous. Yeah, they're like bookends.
They are. I literally use them as bookends.
I
Okay,
use
one
them as
more.
bookends too.
This one is
my,
vacuum sealed. This
Oh,
one's
that's
still.
Oh, nice.
plastic.
Nice.
I think my
Wow.
grandpa had that one. My friend
I
Bet he did.
to put
I bet he did.
like cat food dishes on top of. Look at this beauty. Hollywood remembers the Divine Gargoyle.
Mmm.
Fantastic.
Featuring
Great placement of the
Glenn
sticker.
Wow.
Look at her. Yes.
Is it just like an hour-long thing? Like a doc?
Clips from Flesh and the Devil, Anna Christie, Susan Lennox, Grand Hotel, Ninochka, Anna Karenina, Camille, and many more.
Wow.
With
Wow,
Glenn
is it just a
Close-
clip reel?
With Glenn Close.
I hope it is just a clip reel.
Gives us
With Glenn Close commenting?
into the
Yeah, it's-
and off screen life.
It's TikTok on VHS. It's just edits.
Oh my god, fascinating!
edits.
Fascinating film clips from almost all 25 pictures.
Wow. 25 divided by...
Do you
How
think
many
they're gonna
minutes
talk
does
about
each one get?
The lesbianic qualities as well, or do you?
I think that looks like it predates that concept being publicly disclosed.
Glenn was trying to keep that commentary in, and they cut it out. They silenced Glenn.
They did, I
I
bet.
love that picture of her.
Mm.
She's speaking
She's really
on
loving
Garbo.
$1.
Garbo.
$1. Okay, I have one more.
Oh my god! In the
I love the
plastic
chunky,
box.
yeah.
I love the child's.
Yeah, the chunky
VHS.
plastic box that signals this is for children.
Yes.
And I think the Disney ones had a specific extra layer of chunk as well.
They might have.
That feels right.
The
Weren't
Nickelodeon
the
tape.
Nickelodeon ones orange? Or they
Yes, they were.
Yes.
Oh my god, I've got more VHS that I can see from here, but they're on top of a shelf, and I'm not going to get up again. But I've got
Climb up the
Double
ladder.
Feature and Do the Right Thing. I've
Oh,
got
do the right thing on
Lost in,
VHS.
Lost in America.
Oh.
And what else do I have?
I wish I still had my
Classic
Titanic
but I can't
double
see
tape.
I have Hoop Dreams. I have Hoop Dreams.
You said Titanic double tape.
Yeah, from my
That's a
childhood. I
classic.
wish I still
That's a
had it, but
classic.
I must have been like, fuck VHS and thrown it away, even though it was
Sad.
a cherished object when I was very young.
This is
You know?
I only watched tape 2.
This is really.
I did also often watch just tape too, but I usually
You
watched
wanted
the whole movie.
Carnage.
I wanted the carnage.
So I was staying at an Airbnb on an island in Maine 3 years ago. They had the 2 VHS of
Ooh.
Heaven's Gate.
Great.
Ooh.
That's magic.
I love
No.
a nice Airbnb find.
They had like 30 VHS.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet.
I always try to.
I'm gonna open the door for Linda. She's looking at me like,
yeah, go.
please open the door.
If I have to listen to you yap, I get a view.
I'm pretty sure Casino is a double VHS.
Oh, sure. 3 hours.
Yeah.
Pardon.
It's just me.
Oh my God.
And you're both back.
I'm dying. It's just you.
We're
We're
here.
dying.
Now Linda doesn't care about the door. She's over here with me.
Classic. It's a power move.
It is. Or it's just the attention span.
You guys were talking about industry before we started recording?
I have something to say.
Great.
That program, I just like that every single character is bisexual, especially in
Yes.
season 4. I mean, that was already hinted at in previous seasons, but this season is very sex forward and like
It's very sex.
sex and power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they
So
say
good.
those two things are intertwined.
They
And
I've heard
so
some
they-
have said.
I've heard tell.
some have said, and
Yes.
boy, oh boy, I won't spoil, but you know
What
Ben
does
mentioned
Kevin
it.
Spacey say on House of Cards? Like, what a way to start a sentence. But he says like everything is about power except power, which is about sex, or the other way around,
Isn't
something like
that
that.
from the Janelle Monáe
Every-
album?
Oh,
It
maybe
is from a Janelle Monáe album.
everything is
Alexis,
about
that
sex
is-
except sex, which is about power, something like that. One of those.
That's
All
that
right.
is what she says, and also apparently Kevin Spacey.
We can credit it to Janelle Monáe, but I think it was first coined by no one. No one had ever said it before Kevin Spacey.
No.
President Francis
Let's coin it to him.
rose in the ranks of the annals of the House of Representatives to become the meanest president of all time.
That's right.
Daniel, are you a Max Minghella enjoyer?
I mean, I like The Social Network. I don't know if I've ever seen another Max Minghella performance.
I
Really?
think he's quite handsome, and I think his,
Oh, and
Not
his
even handsome.
eyebrows are
He's
quite
extremely
something.
handsome. Oh, I dropped out on Handmaid's Tale by episode 4 or 5.
Same, but he's
Smart.
in there.
That was Brandon. That was 10 years ago. I can't.
I know.
His social network was 20.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's still hot and still doing things.
Does he have a British accent in real life?
I
I think so.
have no idea.
I've heard him on podcasts, and he's a good guest. And I think that he had an accent.
He's dating someone.
Me?
Or
Brandon.
no, he and Elle Fanning were together for a long time,
Well, that one
but
is-
are no longer. They are no longer, so he will not be accompanying her to the Oscars, as far as I am aware. No one has let me know either way.
Okay, let us know.
And why
She's
haven't
in
they?
August.
Mr. Rachel Kemp.
Mm-hmm. Rachel Kemp. It's Gustav Borg.
It's Gustav. I think about that all the
She leaps from the table and yells, Gustav Borg!
And the best part, which Ben, you pointed out, is she invited him there. Why are you shocked?
Right.
Gustav Borg.
She's just happy.
Was she shocked? I thought she was just.
She's just happy he's there. She's happy to see Gustav.
It's
There's a-
The
hint of surprise.
Gustav Borg.
Rachel Kemp to me seems like the kind of young actress who wants to go out of her way to demonstrate that like she knows what a good movie is or knows.
Right.
So
Like
she would
Hudson
proudly
Williams.
proclaim his
to
name.
be like Gustav Borg in a way that's her
Director of.
It's her making up for an insecurity is how I.
She's letting everyone at the table knows she knows Gustav Borg.
Gustav Borg is, and she just saw him.
She
It
is
just
aware
really-
of him.
It just really makes me laugh.
And
Because Ben, I think that was your log.
it
And then I
was.
saw the motion picture, and when that scene,
And she's like, Gustav Borg.
Gustav Borg, and then I posted on Instagram. I was like, I need a remix, like in the style of, I don't know, just like in the Parker Posey edits from her one-liners in White
Oh,
Lotus.
sure.
Like, I need a Gustav
You just need
Borg
a Gustav Borg.
remix,
Yep.
trap.
I know what you
remix.
mean.
Or a
Thank
Parker
you.
Posey remix of her performance in Josie and the Pussycats, which certainly exists. I feel like
So pretty and popular.
We'll talk about it later, but it has.
Yeah,
I don't
we'll
think I'd
save
seen
it.
this since I was a kid. So my Josie exposure over the last 10 years is mostly Parker Posey clips.
I just didn't know that she gives such a performance. Like, for many people, that's probably the Parker.
Some would say the only good performance in the film.
Some might say. I would.
Some might say.
Some might.
I would.
Some
might
is some in the room with us now.
Many might agree.
But we'll,
All right,
we'll,
There are dozens of us.
We'll get to that later.
Do we want to start there because we're here, or no?
We don't have to. I'm just giving a hint. Oh, yeah.
A taste.
Keep going back. I will say about Industry, episode 2 was a little overwritten, but I still enjoy it. I'm happy
It was
for it to
overwritten.
be. I'm fine with it being overwritten because they're stretching, and it's, sometimes you're going to get out over your skis a little bit when you're going for that much ambition.
They were going for the the Boars party episode of Succession.
Yeah.
They
They're really working on they're really trying to be Succession right now with
It's Succession,
the episodic
bloody
nature of it. And everyone is like, now we're all at the Nazi castle for the weekend vibe,
the Nazi castle episode.
Yeah.
Someone's going to kill somebody by accident and then maybe haunted by guilt for the rest of the season.
Or someone's accidentally going to get pegged, and how's that going to work out?
Well, Max Miguelas might enjoy it.
He's on the show.
He's on the show. That's
okay.
You didn't know why we were talking about
him up.
Well, it sounds like you think about him a lot. That would have been fine.
True, I do.
I gotta watch.
I do. I know I do.
Up on the
you
Pit.
can just start it.
The Pit.
I'm all caught up on the Pit, so maybe I'll start Industry.
Remember at the end of season 1 of the Pit when the one doctor is like, "I'm gonna stay longer," and Robbie is like, "No, you gotta go home. This is the adrenaline talking."
That seems like classic Dr. Mohan. Is it Dr. Mohan?
Yeah,
one of the young
that one's Mohan.
It's
but then
Mohan.
she crashes out.
I couldn't remember her name, that's why I didn't say it. And then she crashes, but that's the vibe I have when I said to Daniel before we started that I have a little bit of a squirrely energy today. It's like I'm in that adrenaline moment before the crash.
So you'll be crashing in 45 minutes.
So we got to get to the episode.
70
All right.
or so.
Fire it up.
Yeah.
Introduce us.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Oh.
That's really good.
Hey.
Yeah. Welcome.
It's so good to see you both.
Okay. A breath of fresh air in my face.
Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy
the year of the fire horse.
Happy.
Wait, Ben, you're also Year of the Snake, aren't you?
No, my birth year? I'm a dragon.
You're 88?
I'm 88.
So I was Year of the Snake.
But it's still currently the year of the horse, is what I was saying. Now.
Yes. But what I want to say is that apparently the year that is your year, and if it's that year, you had a really shit year. So I'm excited out of Year of the Snake.
Everyone says the year of the snake was just tough overall.
Especially in corporate America, they love saying that. They love.
Yeah, I was eavesdropping on a gay coworker talk about it's the year of the fire horse, and I shouldn't make fun of my gay coworker.
It's the year of the fire horse.
He
was excited,
but also that. I think Year of the Fire Horse should only be said in a gay accent, though.
For sure, absolutely.
I love that the corporate appropriation of the Lunar New Year.
They've really done it.
It's right in the same family as it's that Mercury retrograde, baby.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's like, hey, well, you know why nothing's
I love that corporate has adopted astrology as its religion.
Yeah. I mean, you should have heard my all hands.
To this problem. Let's take a holistic approach to this problem.
I love taking a holistic approach.
Really goop
Me
it
too.
Goop
it up.
So
who are we?
We are Movies IMO.
Thank you.
We are a podcast that used to be dead and now is alive once more.
Cool.
We're here to talk about whatever the hell the three of us want to talk about insofar as it pertains to movies, television, music, entertainment, gossip,
homosexuality,
gossip,
gossip,
a little bit of gossip,
and yeah, I'm Daniel Crook.
I'm Ben MP.
You want to take it back?
I'm a pregnant pause. I'm Brayden Kirby.
It's funny because we never discuss how we're gonna do this.
We haven't done it,
and we never will.
I'm like waiting for like some sort of standardization to just sort of emerge naturally,
Well,
organically. But it's hard when we're not in the same room together, I think.
Yeah, you can't gesture to the person, your turn.
Yeah.
I have thoughts on this. My plan has been to wait for us to have 5 episodes. So this is our 4th episode.
And then to crack the whip.
Yes.
And then like 5 episodes and being like, so here's what's working and here's what's
Yeah. And then we'll have a
wait for
come to
that
Jesus.
We're gonna have what do they call it? A SWAT? We're gonna have a plus delta.
Oh, I don't know SWAT, but I do know Summit.
No SWAT.
I love a Summit.
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, SWAT.
Yes.
With an O. It's like very
Yes.
very Max Minghella. SWAT. And then T is
Terminations.
T? Yeah,
He is when you get terminated at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's getting fired.
Yep.
Who wasn't pulling their weight on this one.
That's right.
The T at the end of this episode, do you think?
Who's getting dunked?
Me.
It's getting taken out of the trash. So,
Yeah, T's trash. You get stuck in a trash bag at the end.
you get dropped in the trash.
Taken
and you
out.
Willy Wonka, like Veruca Salt.
Yep.
You'll get sizzled like a sausage.
Perfect.
Okay, so did I miss anything? So every week each of us brings a topic of our choosing, whatever is on our minds, whatever we're dying to talk about, whatever we want to gab about with the girls.
That's right.
And this week, do we say the topics at the beginning, or do we just go into it?
No, we say
just
what we're
have
doing.
been- No, I think we've just been going into it.
Maybe we should start saying at the top what they're going to be.
What all 3 of them are.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's coming up?
So I'll go first. So what is my topic? Oh, so we are going to be discussing from my topic Catherine Keener's performance in Capote, nominated for Best Supporting Actress at the Academy Awards. It was about 20 years ago. More to come when it's my turn.
Like exactly 20 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was.
It was
last
a-
year, It was 20, but maybe
2006.
I guess the Oscars ceremony. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
an
Would have been.
right. So okay.
It's an '05 film, so we would be
Oh, it
directly
is.
in that season now, 20 years
And I
ago.
came up with that topic.
Frightening to
It's
think
an
about.
anniversary. But I came up with it about a month ago, and that feels like 20 years ago.
I was a senior in high school when this movie came out.
Same.
I was a freshman.
Drop the mic.
Boom.
It's frightening.
Well, okay. So
I don't like that.
I was at a Mardi Gras party over the weekend, and I was talking with a younger person, and he was telling me about his affinity for Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that, oh my God, that show came out in like 2010 or 2011. He was like, yeah, I was 7.
Kill yourself.
And that's when I said, my culture is not your costume. That was like second sophomore year of college, huge buzzy sitcom, Don't Trust the Bee. But Capote,
There's a
you
thing
get to-
there's a thing on TikTok where people will comment like on a hot person's post like, "Oh no, I have feelings for an '05," as in the year that they were born, and that's relevant to that person perhaps.
the numerical.
I don't know if they were hot. Yeah, I know.
Me, when I found out Hudson Williams' birth year, I was like, that's enough of that.
Is he in 05?
He's 01, which is upsetting.
Frankly, anyone born this century is my
Totally.
cutoff for now at this
Right.
age. Yeah.
Right. 1999 or lower.
I'm at a point where there's enough people born past 2000 who I work with or I've met socially that I like. So I have several friends who are young people
Who are born this
Same.
century.
yeah, who were born this
Same.
century. And
I'm old. I'm chopped. I'm unk.
Same.
Yeah, I'm chopped dunk as well. But I asked her if she remembered 9/11, and she told me that like she was really tired of millennials asking her that question. So I've stopped using that as my metric.
Millennial culture that needs to die is 9/11 and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither of which have
Give it up.
particularly well. Harry Potter has become many people's personal 9/11.
No
It's
kidding.
true.
What
My
is-
topic is Patti Smith's 6th studio album released 30 years ago this year, Gone Again. Brandon?
My topic is finally watching Josie and the Pussycats for the first time, and now I am gay because I have watched the film.
Finally gay.
Finally gay. Watching
Becoming
Josie and the
gay.
Pussycats.
Finally
That's
gay.
what it was. Becoming gay.
Finally gay is funnier. Finally!
Finally, I'm
You
gay.
finally did it.
Really, really long time.
They haven't given you the diploma yet. Mhm.
Yeah, where's my
You're
gay
gonna have
card?
to,
Give
you're
it to
gonna have
me.
to walk with all the O5s.
No.
My hold of Ina Garten's memoir is available on the Libby
You
app.
ready when the luck happens?
So I'm ready when the luck is happening.
You were ready.
You know?
Stay ready.
I gotta finish Wuthering Heights though for our next podcast, not to jump the gun.
I'm 5
still
pages
have-
in.
How's it going?
Will I make
Is it
it?
difficult?
Honestly, 5 pages in, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
was shook when the I narrator was not Catherine. It's
Right.
some man,
Nellie.
but he's a framing device.
Oh, right. It's not Nellie yet. It
I-
becomes.
Not
There are
Nellie yet.
multiple I
There's
narrators.
multiple I narrators who are not Catherine, and I was like, huh.
Correct. We never
I-
see inside Catherine's inner soul.
I love a narrator in a novel who speaks in the first person but is not our protagonist.
Mhm.
I just
She's just witnessed everything.
Jennifer.
She's
Egan's
like this
The Key.
bitch.
Have you guys read it?
Oh, I've never read a Jennifer Egan book.
I'm like strangely deeply into Jennifer Egan. With
You know,
every
that's-
one. I'm like,
That's less embarrassing than like Colleen Hoover.
who's Colleen Hoover?
She wrote "It Ends with Us."
Colleen Hoover. It ends. Oh! She's the one who's like, it ends with us.
Oh, I thought you were
Ends with
joking. You actually
Like, all
don't
the-
know? What a blessing.
No, I don't know. But aren't, no,
What
no,
a
Yeah,
like,
blessing.
literally,
all-
what a
all the
blessing.
titles- All the titles are like, it happened with you.
Yes,
Begins.
exactly.
There's another
That's the
adaptation
vibe.
coming
like-
out.
It's like
With
conjugating a
whoever.
verb in French. It's like
Yeah.
taking terms between I, you, we, they,
Mhm.
you all, us.
Similar title incoming from that adaptation.
Mhm.
Jennifer
Wait,
Egan
Jenny?
rocks. If we have any Jennifer Egan heads in the chat,
Have I
drop
read
us an
anything
email.
of hers?
What's the big one? Welcome to the Goon Squad. Is that what that
A
is?
Visit
called?
from the Goon Squad,
Visit
which won
from-
the Pulitzer Prize, I think 20 years ago now, or something like that. But
Something like that.
my favorite of her novels is maybe Manhattan Beach, which like A Visit from the Goon Squad is the great accomplishment.
Sure.
I've not read.
Glass House, which is like a sideways sequel to Goon Squad, is also excellent.
Okay.
And though like its structure is like concentric circles of narrative and characters, and it's very interesting to see how they expand or overlap.
I'm gonna put another coworker on blast who I overheard today say, "I really try to want to be a reader."
I mean, I get
Try
that.
to want to be. There's like
She really, yeah,
a
exactly.
feeling happening.
I really try to want to be a reader. She said it was her New Year's
No, there's like
No, I try to want.
There is a
Trying to
self-awareness
want.
to that. There's a dimension of knowing that it's not you, it's not within your
Right.
personality to be a reader.
Mhm.
There's an element of like Benjamin Franklin-esque self-betterment, and
Sure.
like the yearning to.
She said her New Year's resolution was to be more of a reader. She hasn't read a book yet.
Diva, go off.
She's still got time.
Yeah.
praying for you. I'm praying for you.
She's got plenty of time. She could still read 20 books this year.
Yeah,
She could.
I believe
She
in her.
probably she might get to
And I
one.
both just not believe in it.
But she still has to try to want to. She's not even
Right.
at the wanting to.
Right.
I
She just
wanna read
tries
things,
to want
and
to.
I don't.
I like the idea of trying to want rather than I'm going to read 20 books.
Yeah.
Again, there's like a self-awareness there, and I
Yeah.
also like that it doesn't fall prey to the type of what was that Gia Tolentino essay about like 10 years ago? Optimization, is that what the term was?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't think I've actually read any Gia Tolentino. I'm just aware of her
Was
as
it
a
in the Trick Mirror
figure
book?
in the culture.
It was in Trick Mirror. It was basically
I read it in 2020. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's great. Anyway, we don't need to go down that path, but
Anyway, Patti
To
Smith.
reread.
number 1, Jennifer Egan rocks. Number No, that was it. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Ben.
Great. Let's dive into our first topic, which
There's
is
Diving in Manhattan Beach by Jennifer Egan.
the rock and roll album Gone Again by Patti Smith, which came out in 1996. And she had retired from being a musician in 79 to be a mom, really pissed off all of her feminist fans because she was like, I and my husband are going to move to Michigan and I'm going to be a mom now. And then she did release an album, Dream of Life, in 1988, but then Gone Again really signaled her return to music because her children were grown and her husband had died. She was in
8 years later?
Grief. That would be 8 years later. Her husband, Fred Smith, had died. Her best friend, Robert Mapplethorpe, had died. I believe one of the members of the Patti Smith group had died, and I believe her brother had died.
Oh my God.
All within a year or two.
And that while she never met him, Kurt Cobain's passing. Also.
Yes. There's a song on the album about Kurt Cobain. Yes. And so I find this to be a really healing album because it is about death, but it's not like cathartic in any way. It's not like, what's a good analog? Plastic Ono Band, where John Lennon is just like exorcising demons on the mic. It's more of just like, I'm in a state of grief and I'm still in a state of grief, and there's like a hymnal quality to the music, and it's like very folk song, and I feel like it's really sort of unadorned. Like, you can tell that she was very influenced by the grunge movement, garage band movement, and it's just guitars and some strings a little bit, but mostly just guitar, drums, bass.
To the last point there, it's on About a Boy, right? That ends up sort of reaching a crescendo of grunge-like.
Yeah.
Like 3 minutes at the end. That's a fascinating song because it begins as so sparse and there's almost like a chanting quality to it. And then it grows into that. I wrote down hymnal in my notes.
Hell yeah. Yay. I also would like to point out,
feel like a prayer.
Yeah, they do.
Fun. It's a beautiful album.
It is.
Jeff
It is.
Buckley is featured on 2 songs.
Oh.
I believe it is the last music he ever recorded. So it's like really, death really haunts the album in a way that I find really moving. And it's an album that, like, I feel like I listen to it more than like Horses, which I, put on my like sight and sound of music, And like, so let's give a little, like, Patti Smith is my favorite musical artist in the history of the world. I've seen her, I think I've seen her and Beyonce the same number of times. I don't think I've seen Patti Smith more times. I think it's 4 each.
And if I can jump in, I've seen both Beyonce and Patti Smith with you.
That's so true.
Oh,
you are the only person who has seen both with me. How exciting!
When did you guys see Patti Smith?
We saw Patti Smith
This
in
was
2022.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you remember. I know it was like post-pandemic, but all the years blur together.
I don't want to veer too far off Gone Again because I think there's a lot to talk about in this record, and especially a couple of things that Ben said in his intro. I want to point to some specific elements in the music that reflect that idea. I'm just excited because I've never been like, I don't use my critical brain for music, and so I'm excited.
Yeah. I don't really either, so I was a little nervous, like, oh my god, what am I going to say?
I really do feel like I passed the test based off their
hymnal.
You nailed it.
I'm like, well, I'll get to it, but I do want to share, this was my one thing that I had to say while talking about Patti Smith. So Ben and I went to see Patti Smith at the Wiltern in Koreatown, Los Angeles in 2022, right after I moved to Koreatown. I'm not going to drop my cross streets, but I live very close to the Wiltern. And so Ben and I were able to hang out for a minute and then walk down the street and see Patti Smith, which was wonderful.
Gorgeous.
Actually, putting that to the side for 1 second, guess who's there right now?
Who?
Patti Smith?
Motherfucking Sanders.
Whoa.
Is like, number of blocks in bleep direction, like which I'm pointing.
Is he with is anyone with him, or is he just alone talking?
I think he's. It's
like
not
his AOC with him.
Tour. No, well, I would have got tickets if it was an official stop on the tour. I would have purchased tickets and not today for a record. I think he's speaking on behalf of a wealth tax. Proposal in California, and I probably should know whether that's. I'm sure that's on our ballot this year, Ben. It's February. I'm going to know this ballot so well by the time we get to November.
We got a long way. I got to get through tax season before I can think of midterm elections. Like,
But going back to our time when we saw Patti at the Wiltern, just because I tell this story all the time, it was an incredible show, obviously. I really enjoyed seeing her live. Patti Smith is important to me, nowhere near as important as she is to Ben. I would never pretend. But Horses, and then Easter, and what is it, Radio Ethiopia? Those are albums I listen to a lot. And now Gone Again is definitely gonna. I mean, well, we'll get to that in a second. The story is, Ben, do you remember it was during a heat wave in September, I think?
Yeah.
And it was one of those days when it was well over 100.
That's right.
And she was performing After the Gold Rush by Neil Young. And the power in the Wiltern blew out.
Yeah.
Because it was so hot outside and the amount of power that was being used inside to keep it cool, I guess. Or maybe a generator exploded.
That's the show you were at?
Yes. Yeah. But that Neil Young song is about what happens after the climate apocalypse, basically. It's about how humans have contributed to the warming of the planet and how we're all going to have to live with the consequences of it. It's a very simplistic way to sum up what After the Gold Rush is about. And so that happened during Patti Smith singing After the Gold Rush.
If you can believe it.
It sounds made up. It was one of the most surreal moments of my life, honestly. And it is a moment I will continue to think about as it continues to get warmer and warmer and colder on our planet. Because Patti Smith has this shamanic quality. I mean, she's a total poet, alien goddess, being from her own planet, even though she is so of our species. It felt so right that it was her too when it happened. Yeah. It felt like a message from beyond. Anyway,
I would like to say when you call her a poet, I feel like that is the term that she self-identifies as. And I just think it's really interesting that she sees being a musician as her day job, which it is this is how she has earned a living for the past 50 years, but that's not her preferred profession. I mean, she doesn't not love it, but I'm sure if she could just write poetry and publish without going on stage, I bet she would prefer that.
And she does it every day on Instagram.com.
And her Substack.
And posting is her medium these days, and I'm here.
If you had told me when I discovered Patti Smith that soon there would be a technology available where she is going to post videos, direct camera facing videos, where she is not sure if she has hit record yet every single time, that would have been really meaningful to me.
It's funny that
sometimes she's holding a tambourine.
Yeah.
On Substack, when it said Patti Smith, at first I didn't know it was actually her.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was
it's actually Patti Smith. I would like to say how I discovered Patti Smith for the first time because it's fun. When rock and roll turned 50, Rolling Stone. I know.
That's invented by the greeting card companies.
I believe that they dated it to the release of Elvis's first single, which is sort of arbitrary.
That's racist.
It is literally. They released all of these special editions of the magazine, and one was the 500 greatest albums of all time. And
I remember that issue.
Yeah, and Horses is in the 30s or the 40s, and I remember seeing the cover And it was very much like judge a book by its cover o'clock. I was like, that's the one for me. Like, it's if
like
you've
that
not
moment in-
seen the album cover, please give it a Google. It is an androgynous photo of Patti Smith, iconic, by Robert Mapplethorpe.
It's that moment in Velvet Goldmine when Velvet, when Deer,
When our protagonist
titular
Velvet,
role.
when the titular Deer, when Velvet points to him, when Christian Bale points to the television when he sees the Bowie character, it's like, that's me.
That's me.
I think that album cover has that kind of draw with certain people.
Yeah.
It certainly did for me too.
I think I was literally like, I don't know, is that a boy? Is that a girl? I'm attracted. I'm interested. I'm gonna need to look.
It's in the pose, and it's a beautiful, like, almost blue black and white.
Yeah. And it's also that album was also a moment of like, oh, maybe my friends are not my people yet because they're not interested in this even a little bit. And I'm trying to get them into this 30-year-old album that I just discovered, and they think it's
They're
weird.
not.
They think it's odd.
Not your people.
And it is.
Not
They're
your
not
people.
into it.
One of my best memories in my 20s, I was at a party, and it was like 3 a.m, which never happens anymore. And someone had like a pretty sick DJ setup with excellent
Hell yeah.
speakers, and putting on Gloria at like 3 a.m. And a lot of people in the room had never heard that track before. And it was kind of like the moment in Sinners when they play that once.
And all of music history comes,
yeah.
all of white woman musical culture comes to the fore.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
That does sound magical.
It was fucking amazing, but then I kind of ruined the moment. I'll finish. I mean, I wasn't going to share this part, but I kept trying to recapture the magic. So I was like, let's play Kimberly. Let's play Redondo Beach.
Yeah.
And people were like, wait, is this by that same woman? What was her name? Patti Smith? And then I'd play it, and like, they'd give you that look 20 seconds in. Like,
Yeah, like this is not the one.
This is not hitting. This is not hitting.
Free money is not hitting.
Hey, free money
Is-
hits.
Is Patti Smith the one who like famously hates Taylor Swift? Because I feel like wearing this shirt is offensive today.
Well,
I don't
we-
think-
we-
Didn't
I
she
did
say
not get
she's
any
like
opinion.
talentless or
We
something?
can blur it out, Brandon. We can blur it out.
I don't think Patty would ever put someone down
It
publicly.
seems out of character.
Maybe it was another.
Unless
veteran.
you're a
I know
fascist.
a veteran female, like folk singer.
Well, Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell.
That's who. It was.
Joni Mitchell famously said when asked,
was.
what would you think about Taylor playing you in a biopic? She said, well, if she's going to sing, good luck.
It's
That's
the-
who.
it's the
Okay,
real-
that's who I was
It's
thinking
the
of.
Julianne
Joni.
Moore Maps to the Stars moment about Anne Hathaway. How's that going?
Okay, I'm safe wearing this today.
By the way, I was so inspired by Ben choosing Gone Again that I might have to do Joni Mitchell Hijira down the line.
Oh, that would be really fun.
But we can only do music criticism, which by the way we haven't engaged much of it here already.
I know.
We can only do
No.
one a quarter, one every 2 quarters.
The extent that I can comment is I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
let
that's
me-
really the extent to which I can comment on
It's
it.
great.
It moves me.
It did move me as well. And when I listen to music, I usually don't tune into lyrics, so couldn't tell you a word that was said, which is
But
why
it's
I
great
vibe
for
with
Patti
Things
Smith.
Funny, because I don't listen to the lyrics.
But
But
that-
the
putting
mood
a
and
pin in
the
Yeah.
and the vibe of the whole thing is really nice.
This is what's crazy about Patti Smith. So she self-identifies as a poet. You can read the lyrics. I mean, you can read them with or without listening to the music.
As
And they're
poetry,
beautiful,
yeah.
striking, and profound. But Patti Smith is one of those artists where the vocals are as important as the verse. And she, to literally what you just said, Brandon, she's able to conjure a tone and a mood based on the way that she modulates her vocal performance. And
Yeah.
sometimes that will go between a whisper or a wail. She
Mhm.
has that sort of fabulous spoken word quality that comes out in Beneath the Southern Cross.
The Southern Cross.
Yeah, and pops up a lot on horses too. I mean, I guess I'll just say it now, but my introduction to Patti Smith was that I am a big REM fan, and I grew up with REM. And Michael Stipe has always pointed to Patti Smith as his North Star and the reason why he got into doing music. And if you know like early REM, it makes so much sense, especially on the vocal performance, because the whole joke about those early REM records is that you didn't know what the fuck he was saying, but the way that he was saying it, like the way he was performing these cryptic lyrics, really created this sort of murky, mysterious mood. And Patti Smith is once you know that that's what he's trying to do on those early records, it makes so much sense. But like the voice is adding tone and character and rhythm in its own way.
That's very interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
I only know REM via hits.
I liked the way I said it too.
Yes, me too.
It was very interesting the way you said it.
I have to say, the way I said that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we can't get into REM, but maybe I'll bring some REM to the table later on. The hits are great, but to know REM or to know the hits is not really to know REM.
Sure.
And I will say, and then we can get back to Patti Smith, but tomorrow night I am going to a concert, and it's probably the concert I'm most excited about since I saw Beyonce last, which Michael Shannon is touring the country and has been touring the country with a band, with like a super group, where they perform REM albums from front to back.
Oh.
And they're doing them chronologically.
What album are they doing?
Life's Rich Pageant, which is
Meaningless to me, but okay. Great.
It's when they leave the sort of indecipherable college rock, which is some of the best stuff, some of the like most kudzu covered Southern Gothic murky records. And this is when they start moving towards more of a pop sensibility, but they haven't done it yet. And so there's some songs on this record that were big, but this was sort of their last small record, you could say, before, like the heights that they would reach with like and Document. But
why is Michael Shannon doing this? He's just a fan.
He's an REM super fan, and I'm probably gonna cry. I'm also.
I don't blame you.
I'm probably going to muscle my way to the front row, which I've never done at a concert before. But
just like start elbowing.
Yeah.
Get in there.
It's an REM concert. Go crazy.
That's right.
But Patti Smith gone again. I do just want to say about Ben's earlier point in the intro. It's about sort of feeling your way through the fog of loss and being in it, and that it skips easy catharsis and instead is offering a different path, which is the path itself, right? Like that one never shakes off this feeling, but the way that you transcend it and find meaning from it and find rebirth in it is just to continue your way through it. And I think it's in Beneath the Southern Cross, but there's just like that continuous guitar rhythm in the background. And you know music better than I do, but it's basically the same notes.
Yeah.
And the way that her vocal performance rides on that, and then the way that the song ends.
I mean, her songs are very simple in a good way. Like, I love the last song, which is called Farewell Reel, I think. It starts and she says, like, this song is dedicated to Fred, and the notes are G, C, D, D minor. Like, that's how all of her songs really operate. And so do Taylor Swift's. There's just but but no, there's
the name of this episode is It's like Doe on The Simpsons, where I think the way that they write Doe in the script is like annoyed grunt or something. For this, it's just redacted because it's the big Taylor Swift, and we don't want to get sued.
What was I even saying about that? They're just very classically written songs. Like, you can sort of guess what the melody is going to be often as it goes, because it's just the most traditional way that chords are put together, which is not a problem. And especially with this sort of music, really makes sense with what she's trying to do, which is give you a sense of grieving and sort of, it's like all of the, like, her her vocal theatrics from her earliest albums are even toned down. It's just very simple, unadorned is a word that I used already, but she's not trying to detract from what the songs are in any way.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
When we talk about the vocal
Strip
theatrics,
down.
it's such a good way to put it. I feel like when she is doing those said theatrics, it always feels very guttural, but there's something about in this album that it just feels particularly like straight from the gut because the feelings are not abstract. Not that they're
Like when she
abstract
sings
forces.
Bob Dylan's Wicked Messenger and she like literally growls
Yes. Yeah.
one of the lines, I swear they're burning.
That's one of my favorite songs on there. Is that
I like
one.
the way she grunts on Summer Cannibals too.
Yeah. Summer Cannibals is one of the best songs, top 3 song that she has ever recorded for me.
Two things about that.
Summer
One,
Cannibal blew my hair off.
okay, so
Yeah.
number one is that I knew Brandon was going to really like Summer Cannibals.
I'm very predictable. I'm very easy.
That one was co-written by Fred. Yeah,
Yes, it was.
yeah, which is
Yes,
that's
it
the thing
was.
about this album. Like this is not like she didn't retreat to the woods with a notebook.
Right.
after all of these passings in order to like find herself and
Right.
find her expression through her grief. I find it so moving that the opening track too is co-written by him as well. So he has his ghost, his spirit, whatever you want to say, is
Yeah.
all over this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Summer Cannibals like feels completely in line with what's come before it, but it does almost feel like our little break for a radio hit in the middle. even though
Yes.
It does. It does.
But because he co-wrote it, it becomes this celebration. I think it's like a moment of celebrating the co-artistry before
Yeah.
digging back into the woods.
Sure.
That's right.
That wasn't a folklore dig, by the way. The idea
No.
of going into the
I thought it
No.
was.
Swifties, leave us alone. Please.
I like Evermore. I like Evermore a lot, so don't come for us.
I'm wearing a shirt
I have a shirt.
Yeah,
I have Taylor Swift shirt too.
that I'm gonna burn. After
We are Swifties.
I have a. I don't self-identify as a Swiftie, but I don't have any problem identifying or associating.
I identify as a Swiftie, but normal.
normal.
Like
Yeah.
I just enjoy the music. I'm not
I'm in it for
weird
the-
about
but
it.
same.
You know what I mean?
I'm a Swiftie
Yeah.
and I'm here for the articles.
right.
Have a I have like a big plastic cup from the Eras Tour movie, which I didn't see, but I was at the AMC and I had ordered a snack via the app, or I guess a drink, and they gave it to me in the Taylor Swift cup.
oh,
So I
well,
use that-
fantastic.
I use it to water my plants.
Oh,
That's very
beautiful.
nice.
She
Taylor
keeps
Swift
it
is keeping your
hydrated.
home green.
She'd like that. She'd like that.
She's very much like
She'd love
folklore. Mhm.
It's very folklore, very
Very folklore. Yeah.
Very in the woods.
Well, Ben,
Well-
any closing thoughts on Gone Again? Which I
Um.
probably will listen to tomorrow again.
Hell yeah.
I can't stop
Same.
listening to it.
I have revisited it multiple
Um,
times. Post-
I did. There was one line that on one of my listens for this that I was like, in also in the final track, Farewell Reel, one of the first lines is like, when it rains on me, which is very much how my last year has felt. So I really needed this album lately to sort of work through a lot of feelings that I've had.
Yeah. I was going to ask because I remember after we saw Patti Smith, you asked me if Gone Again was something that was close to me, and I was like, not really. I know Southern Cross and obviously the Wicked Messenger cover, but I haven't spent a lot of time with it. But I was wondering why specifically now you wanted to talk about it, and perhaps it was
Yeah,
that reason.
I feel like I have been in a state of grief and psychosis for the past 6 months, and we don't need to get into all of my psychological
Let's.
issues here
Well,
on
let's
the
do
mic. But
I'd like to.
I have really been in a state of grief, and I needed this to process that, I think. I would also like to point out that when this album came out, it wasn't like rapturously received. It was like,
Okay.
it wasn't like, yay, Patti Smith is back. It was a little bit.
Were they disappointed at what they heard? Like, she's back, but I don't like it?
Yeah, I think that there was something like, Well, it's better than the last album, but it's a little like I think there was like Lilith Fair digs going on in reviews. Like it was very much like, oh, she's just capitalizing on this wave of white rock girls hanging out right now. It's like, okay, I don't think Patti Smith is doing that, but
I don't think you're not sure about your detective work there, Lou.
it's very interesting to see contemporaneous reviews from any time period because they'll put it in this context of what else came out lately, and they're probably like, oh well, she just really liked Nirvana.
Yeah, I can see people like raising an eyebrow at some of those grunge elements that we were talking about.
And it's like not what people wanted from her. They wanted the vocal theatrics.
Sure.
Which are there. I mean, if you're looking for them. I mean,
it's just a subdued album.
Yeah.
She was grieving 25 people, you know?
Right. Cut her some slack.
Like, come on.
That's what's crazy that Jeff Buckley is on this record.
Yeah.
Like, it was about to be 26.
Of all people, yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
I'm gonna do a Jeff Buckley album next week. We're doing the album.
Hell yeah!
I mean, I love Jeff Buckley, but that's like I'm gonna turn into a 17-year-old if we do Jeff Buckley.
Watching the documentary now on HBO Max was
I do want to see that.
Grace from start to finish in my dark bedroom, headphones on, really feeling emo.
Yeah, that was really powerful to me.
2006 to 2000. Is it my turn? Oh no, it's not.
We're going to
David,
Josie?
the best for last.
Pussy.
Josie's pussy. Ew, no. Okay, anyway, so this is my first time watching the motion picture.
This is my first time with Josie.
So I truly didn't know what to expect. I know many gays beloved this film. That's not the way you use that word.
It is
five stars across Letterboxd from.
I think most people love this film. Most gay people, for sure.
Most gay people, but also
this is a millennial classic.
It's millennial. Yeah. So somehow, and I already gave this anecdote to you guys, but the second the movie starts, it's you know that song. Whatever. Three small words. Instantly, why do I recognize this song? First of all, I became gay. Second of all, it must have been so ubiquitous in early 2000s culture, on the radio, or something, where it like immediately.
It was probably like it was on MTV a lot. Isn't it an MTV movie?
Must have been.
I believe it's an MTV film.
Although that makes
MTV
sense.
Wasn't in the version that I was watching. I didn't see the logo in front of it, so maybe.
Well, then maybe it wasn't.
I didn't see a logo either.
That it was. So mark this clip in case we need to cut.
But I'll mark. But what I most enjoyed about the picture is that it really felt like the blueprint for.
Yes, you said this in your log, and I thought.
And
I thought the same thing, Brandon.
That's the movie I immediately thought of, and I think Josie and the Pussycats is more of a satire. I think it actually does have like kind of fun things to say about like consumerism and pop music and whatever. It was probably a little maybe ahead of its time for that type of commentary. But then the second thing I thought of was Barb and Star. I mean, Barb and Star doesn't do commentary, but the way they do like heightened reality, like this weird villain, like Parker Posey's like Kristen Wiig in Barb and Star is doing Parker Posey in this. So there's a lot of connections there, like an evil scheme underneath like a normal setting. So I thought that part was really fun. I didn't expect it to go in all those like weird cartoon directions, which makes sense. And you know I love shit that's meta. And they did,
I feel like it's very indebted to Austin Powers, which was sort of the
yes
the comedy movie that
Yep.
was there.
For sure. For sure.
I completely agree, Brandon. It's impossible not to think about Barb and Star, but I was thinking the same thing that Ben just said. Austin Powers, but also Zoolander. It feels like
Sure.
the same family as Zoolander.
Sure.
But the joke,
Satire.
yeah.
Would it be the year-
mind control via, capitalist
Right. Because Zoolander, aren't they doing mind control?
mass market art? Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good connection.
Yeah.
I think of that. But anyway, there's not much more to say about the picture, really. But
I think
I
I
think
might steal a joke from Austin Powers, actually. But
I would not. Be...
Should you give a little plot summary of the film?
Yes, thank you. I should. So Josie and the Pussycats is based off the Archer comic. Archie, whatever. I forgot.
Who disavowed the film?
Rude. I forgot it takes place in Riverdale because it's in that universe.
Right.
And it's about.
And they also insisted on the scene of them brushing their teeth because they thought the film was too sexy for the characters. So they needed a scene that would
Humanize
make
them.
them seem wholesome.
Because that turns some people on.
Yeah.
That's probably a kink somewhere.
How do you like
So
that?
they're Josie and the Pussycats are
Hooters.
Next. Tooth tutors.
they're a struggling up and coming girl band. They get scooped up by this evil manager played by Alan Cumming, and it turns out they're being used as this like conspiracy to brainwash teens, and antics ensue. And friendship and love.
Yes, and friendship.
I think Parker Posey gives a very funny performance. I really like her in it, and I also do like Alan Cumming in it. Tara Reid is fine.
I would like to say
I thought she was spectacular.
I do not. I was going to amend my point that I said Parker Posey gave the only good performance in the film. I would extend my generosity to Tara Reid and halfly to Alan Cumming.
Okay.
And maybe
I wondered. I will say the omission of Alan Cumming.
also halfly to the members of Du Jour.
Du jour is.
Let me reframe. I think
Backdoor. Was
What
it
terror-
Backdoor Lover?
Backdoor Lover.
how was that?
I think it's a really good script. I cannot get on the level of the tone.
The wavelength.
I don't think that they are committed enough. Specifically, Rachel Lee Cook. Get her out of this fucking movie. Get thee to Hallmark. Go now.
She has so many fans. Like this is. Where
I know.
I'm
Let
happy
me-
to associate with the Swifties for my own sake. I have to leave.
Let me defend my
gotta go.
denouncement of Tara Reid's performance.
It's like,
I just-
oh, guys. That's my impression of Rachel Lee Cook. Oh.
I'm not here. I was never really here.
I think Tara Reid's fine. She's just
killed
doing
by
one-note stuff. Okay, next.
That's where Tara Reid and Carson Daly met, and they dated and were engaged to be married.
beautiful.
Does anyone remember being a millennial in 2001? This is... I was all in on MTV at this moment in time. It was my everything.
Ben, you can take me to school then, because even when we were kids, I never understood what the appeal of Carson Daly was. What was?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what
Explain.
I just liked TRL because I wanted to see the music videos, and then
You were
things. I don't remember being attracted to Carson. He was just like a frat boy vibe to me. I do think that
That's what
like
it was.
I do think girls are attracted to him because he has sort of like
Can't relate.
like a sort of straight guy swagger, but he was never interesting to
I
me
didn't-
because he was rude to Mariah Carey when she was having a mental breakdown.
Oh.
So when she surprised on TRL and was bringing everyone ice cream, and she was not doing well and would be institutionalized by her family against her will very soon thereafter, Carson Daly was rude to her. So
Rude.
fuck him.
Fuck him.
Him.
I'm glad he fell off the bleachers and hurt himself in the film.
Same.
That was real.
What else do I want to say about this picture?
And I remember when Britney Spears was teaching him the Oops, I Did It Again dance, and I was like, get him off the fucking screen. Let's just have Britney do the fucking dance.
What is this glass of whole milk?
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we doing here?
Like, why is he sharing the stage with Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
No, but that's what I mean. He always pales in comparison to the artist he is up against in the same shot. And that is why I've never understood Carson Daly, because to me, he never pops. He's a void.
I remember him asking Daniel Radcliffe, what kind of music do you like? And Daniel Radcliffe is like, do you know who the White Stripes are? And Carson Daly is like, yes, I know who the White Stripes are. Daniel Radcliffe was like 12. Okay, we don't need to go through all of my memories of TRL, because I got a lot of them.
I love that you have them all. I didn't have any. I didn't watch TRL.
Now I want to talk about the Daniel Radcliffe press tours around that time when he started talking about the music he likes, because I think he was also like, I love the Buzzcocks. I think at one point, that was a band, right? That was like a British band. I remember he brought those guys up. Before we move off Parker Posey, I do just want to say that
we haven't even talked about her at all, really.
I just said I like her in this movie.
I like her too.
We could really get into Parker Posey.
Well, I think the scene where she is saying things under her breath as she's walking away. And
that bit really works.
That is some of the greatest on-screen comedy. It's so amazing.
I just think she understands the tone of the film, and like she's able to straddle like the heightened comedy, and I believe she is a real person. But that's also, she is one of the most gifted comedic performers in the history of the cinema. So
absolutely.
I also enjoyed that I saw Parker Posey in this, and then immediately watched A Mighty Wind. I think that night. What a treat! What a treat!
A Mighty Wind.
I love A Mighty Wind.
That's my favorite guest.
Is that? It might be mine.
If it wasn't for Guffman, it would be my favorite. A Mighty Wind is near and dear to my heart.
I recently watched Guffman too. I filled my two.
Best in Show is the only one that I saw like as a child, so I have the most like nostalgic pull to it, and so I do think it's a great movie. But
I'm happy you watched A Mighty Wind. Do you got a Wheel Wed Wagon? I don't. The Parker Posey bit in Mighty Wind is maybe her smallest role of all the Chris Guest movies.
Yes, but it's good.
I always laugh during her interview where she says something like, "I wasn't playing a lot of music back then because I was on the streets." And then
and that black and white photo,
cold in the street with her arms crossed. I was in the streets. So good.
I just think Mighty Wind is the most like, because I'm always like smiling or like at like Christopher Guest movies, but Mighty Wind, I was.
But you were laughing.
I was guffawing.
I think the people also feel the realist in that one, which is not a competition, because they certainly feel real in Best in Show and absolutely in Guffman as well. Maybe let me rephrase. I just think that A Mighty Wind also has this sort of like undercurrent of loss and sadness and wistfulness to it.
Yes, because of the Catherine O'Hara, Eugene Levy.
Yeah, it's more pronounced than in the other films.
Yeah,
and that's what makes A Mighty Wind so special.
I love texting people, "Hey, what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?"
I don't think so.
Anyway, this has turned into the Christopher Guest segment.
Now the A Mighty Wind segment.
Of a fart machine. Comics constant companion.
Yeah.
So stupid.
He's so funny. And I agree with your log, Ben. You said you were attracted to Michael Paul Haggis or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
Not Paul Haggis. Is it Paul Haggis? Paul Haggis?
What's his name? He has
John Michael Higgins.
Thank you. Paul Haggis.
Is it John Michael Higgins?
John Michael Higgins.
John Michael Higgins.
Oh my God. Oh, we're still talking about Mighty Wind.
Yes, sorry. He is hot in that.
Ever since Catherine O'Hara passed away, although actually this extends to well before that too, and just the Guest movies have been on the mind. The line that gets said around this house a lot is when he asks for the sausage at the deli counter, "I just want to hold it."
Yes. Anyway, we can move on from Josie and the Pussycats. I have nothing more to say.
I don't think I've said anything about it, so I'll just say that it is a movie
Chime in.
of perfect hair. Every single person in that movie has
That's
an
fair.
immaculate hairstyle.
Rachel
And
Lee
the thing
Cook's
about-
hair is...
Rachel Lee Cook's hair.
Very iconic.
I was literally going to say those swoops are iconic in the definitional use of the word. That song was on the radio a lot. I remember hearing that and had forgotten about it until I was watching last night.
Sure.
The other sort of Ratatouille wormhole from my childhood, because I hadn't seen this since I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
were the swoops in Rachel Lee
Mm-hmm.
Cook's hair.
You were like, I recognize those.
Alan Cummings' hair is like what I would like this whole hair situation to be. I think Parker Posey's hair is fucking terrific.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you can go one by one. Everyone's head of hair
Great
looks
hair.
fucking
Great hair
incredible.
movie.
Like, 10 out of 10 on the hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
agree.
I also have in here Rosario Dawson from Rent to Cory Booker's Jackie.
That-
We don't have to
Oh.
we don't have to talk about that.
Rosario Dawson. I do really like what the film has to say about race. I think
Yes.
it's
It does.
quite
It
astute
does.
that they just immediately start sidelining Rosario Dawson.
Yes.
She's invisible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think she's great in the movie. And
Jour means seatbelts, by the way.
Your means crash positions.
it's just fun.
I enjoy that part.
Funny
There,
movie.
there are good jokes. I wish that Rachel Lee Cook was goofier. That's my note.
Well,
She's sort of the heart
Well,
of the picture.
yeah.
Is
She's
she
selling
though?
heart.
I think that this movie is a great articulation of the idea of the industry plant.
Yeah.
And
Ah,
I don't have much to
sure.
add to that apart
Oh,
from
yeah.
I
This
just
is
I
the
flashed
origin
back
of the
to-
industry plant.
I flashed back for some reason last night to when the Boy Genius record came out a couple years ago, and people in earnest were calling Boy Genius an industry plant, as if
I
like
can feel that.
Oh, random. I don't know actually if I should go in now that I'm not talking to a straw man, now that I'm actually talking to a person, but I think that's nuts. I couldn't disagree more. Anytime everybody said
Where did they go?
Well, no, the question is, where did they come from? Because that's industry plant. The question is, where did they come from? And every
Right.
time somebody was like, I really feel like Boy Genius is being shoved down my throat, I'm like, where were you in the winter of 2018? You weren't seeing the Boy Genius tour with my ass at the Wiltern.
People kept saying Billie Eilish was an industry plant. Billie Eilish for
Yeah,
was the big one.
She's a tremendous talent, but that
Yeah.
makes so much more sense. Phoebe Bridgers is not an industry plant. Industry plants aren't dykes with tortured Christian pasts like Julian Bates. What is wrong with people? Are you fucking for real?
You know whose industry plant is Gracie Abrams.
Now that's
I don't really have any. That's J.J. Abrams' daughter.
I was literally about to ask who is that J.J. Abrams?
Literally.
is
And
it literally? That's
she's in a romantic relationship with Paul Mescal for several years now.
so he just switched from one. He just switched
Yeah.
from one folksy lady to another.
From one industry plant to another.
Yeah, from Phoebe Bridgers. Industry plant number one.
Phoebe Bridgers I saw for the first time, an unknown Phoebe Bridgers. I was at a music industry record release thing for Capote, who no one really talks about anymore, who is Waxahachie's husband, partner, whatever. But this was back in 2017, I think, and an unknown Phoebe Bridgers was the opening act and reduced me to tears. This was like at a bar in downtown LA, and the person I was with there was like, "Oh, that's just the opener. Who cares about her?" I was like, I'm forever changed.
I see something in her.
I see something.
You
If
I just wanna say-
anything through these tears,
Recently, like within the past couple weeks, Gracie Abrams posted a picture of Paul on her Instagram and just said like, "Love him."
though.
No.
It's giving Chasten Buttigieg.
She opened for the Eras tour when I saw the Eras tour, and I was like,
Well-
this fucking bullshit." But then there are
This makes a
couple
lot of
songs
sense.
that I think are good. She has a few songs that I do think are good. Mhm.
I've never heard of her.
She has one that I like.
It's so crazy to me that you have never heard of Gracie Abrams.
Never, but I am really I really am checked out.
I'm so happy.
You're really, yeah, you're not on TikTok, and that's, I feel like, TikTok is the new radio, sort of, and like songs blow up on TikTok and
On
then they
TikTok
become popular
instead of the radio.
other
This is
places. Yeah.
between
Yeah.
this and Patti Smith. But I was going to say earlier, and I can say no, I don't keep up on music. I only have so much brain space these days,
Yeah.
and I used to, and I can't anymore. But when I think Nepo baby discourse, without getting into it, is stupid. Because so many of our greatest artists are.
I agree. Like, what are they supposed to not follow their dreams because they have an in?
Yeah.
Like, it is stupid.
Like, have a
Literally,
conversation.
I would use every.
Have a conversation
I have.
about creating pathways of access, artist development labs.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not in the music industry, but what I
Right.
will say, so I put out front. I don't care about Nepo babies. That's not a pejorative as far as I'm
Like, if they're talented, they're talented. That's
exactly
Right.
where it
Right.
starts and
Laura
ends.
Dern is always the example, but
Right.
I'm so pissed I can't remember who. If I had known I was talking about Nepo babies, I would have remembered. But some filmmaker that I recently learned was basically a Nepo baby.
Jean Renoir?
I think it was Sofia Coppola. No, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Was Jean Renoir a Nepo baby?
Really?
Yeah, Jean Renoir's dad is the painter Renoir.
Are you for real? You're telling me this now for the first time.
I'm hearing this now for the first time.
I think dad, maybe grandpa. But yes.
Just the idea of Jean Renoir calling Renoir dad.
He's calling himself a Nepo baby. Making the rules of the game. God,
If someone's gonna know the rules of the game, it's gonna be a Nepo. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he has the access to the French higher class.
What?
Wait, Ben, what did you say?
That's how he knew what the French upper class is like. His dad was Renoir, the painter.
Yeah, no,
He had to be a Nepo baby.
He was a Nepo baby who gave 75% of his income to the French
The
government.
French government.
Which is a quote from The Iron Lady for anyone else there who hasn't seen.
Thank you.
The Iron Later. Here, Pierre Auguste
Later.
Renoir. 3 children, including Jean.
Can I finish my thing about the Nepo baby thing? I was just going to
Yes.
say, I appreciate it. You don't need to change your name as a rule, but I do have a laugh when you get like the daughter of Kevin Kline going by Frankie Cosmos. When
Oh, were you going to use Odessa as an example for Nepo baby?
Odessa A. Zion, Taylor Dearden, great on the pit, so good on the pit. Great example. She's great.
Who's Odessa's?
Pamela Adlon. We've
I
discussed
knew-
this in the group
we
chat.
discussed-
Brandon, it's your Pam.
Oh God, I almost fell out of my chair. Could you imagine?
Your Pam.
You were just so shocked. Pam Adlon?
That's right. Mikey Madison literally plays Odessa as whatever.
That's right. On television, on
program.
FX. Better Things.
I'll share something stupid I once said and thought.
Please do.
I for a long time thought Mikey Madison was a Nepo baby because
Me
I thought her
too.
dad-
Is she not?
I thought her dad was Michael Madsen.
James Madison.
2 different last names, by the way. Didn't
Different.
realize it for a good 2 years. Different last names. They sound similar enough to me.
R.I.P.
Drop the I. It's cleaner.
Literally.
Oh, that's funny stuff.
All right.
Anyway,
well,
so should we wrap
move
this?
on.
Or we have one more.
We have another topic, baby. we
Okay,
gotta go. We gotta speed it along.
Okay, so I feel like there's been a lot of talk today about who we were in high school, what type of art we responded to in high school. I really responded to the poster for the movie Capote in 2005 because I was
Capote.
talk about an androgynous figure on a
and
poster.
it looked well. I just thought it kind of looked
Tea.
like a movie.
Yeah,
I was an Entertainment Weekly subscriber, obviously.
of course.
of course.
We're specifically talking about the iconic performance at the heart of Capote, which is not Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance, but rather Catherine Keener's performance as the titular Harper Lee.
As Nell.
As Nell. As she's known in the film.
As Nell.
Actually, that's a funnier titular joke. Since isn't there a movie called Nell that Jodie
Yes,
Foster
starring Jodie Foster. which I think that should be a topic for this podcast. I literally do. If you guys have not seen Nell, I think that we absolutely need to watch Nell.
I think Nell was part of the Jodie Foster collection.
Blue Sky?
It was one of her Oscar Blue Sky. We are going to have a party tonight. That movie.
Okay, so we're talking about Catherine Keener's Academy Award nominated performance in Capote as Nell Harper Lee, specifically
her most recent Academy Award nomination.
Yes, exactly. And we're gonna dig into the previous nomination here in a second, because I think it's relevant. But specifically, the topic is we are weighing the merits of this. I feel like this performance still catches a lot of strays. What did this actor do in order to get nominated? She just kind of sits there, and I have always
unfair.
I agree, and I agree with it. That's why I brought it here. I don't like the movie.
What a twist!
I liked the performance a lot when I was a child. A 14-year-old child.
You saw that stern lesbian and was like, "That's for me."
I said, "Who's that?"
That's the one.
Who's that piece of chestnut? Who's that sturdy oak? It was Catherine Keener as Nell Harper.
She literally is a sturdy oak in the film.
She's literally Nell Harper Lee, and she is. But I remember being very struck by that performance and would go on to enjoy her work in Into the Wild a couple years later. But
was this your first encounter with Catherine Keener?
Yes, it was. And so what I'm getting at is...
It may have been mine.
I've always loved the performance, but when I started hearing this chorus of people, I guess this would be through the internet over the years, just people saying that there's not much going on with that performance. I never agreed, but I was like, oh yeah, I guess she is just kind of, quote, doing that thing she does. But that was because when I first started watching her work, whether it was, again, like this or Into the Wild, it was very much in, like, calming presence Earth Mother mode. Like, super grounding as a rule. And then when I started watching, like, some of Nicole Holofcener...
When I saw Being John Malkovich for the first time and realized that she had a sexy role, I was like, this is crazy.
So this is what... So out of type.
This is what I'm building towards. Watch the like Walking and Talking, those early Holofcener roles. She's playing a delusional bitch, basically.
That's her Holofcener typecast.
And I use the word intentionally because in film school, when there was a great week talking about star image and bringing in Richard Dyer and basically talking about the classic archetypes of the classic Hollywood. And I don't think I wrote a paper on this, but I think maybe I raised my hand and made the comment. But what Catherine Keener is doing in Being John Malkovich is, it's not like a Bette Davis-esque performance or a Joan Crawford-esque performance, but it is that, like, woman who refuses to play by the rules of the man's world and even at times, like, veers into evil territory. And that role is typically called, quote, the bitch. So maybe we should interrogate that, but that is what it's called. So that's why I use the word. But in Walking and Talking or Love...
Nicole Holofcener, Nepo baby.
There you go. And I love her movies, except for The Land of Steady Habits. Did we do an episode on The Land of Steady
Habits? I believe we did.
We did, because we're fans. And isn't Nicole's latest project going to be a series?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't it play at Sundance or something?
I don't know. But I believe you.
Oh my God. Okay, so, God damn it. We're getting off track. But I saw Nicole Holofcener at
now it's the Holofcener Nicole segment.
Now it's just classic movies IMO, but I saw a screening of You Hurt My Feelings at the Eccles at Sundance. She did a Q&A afterwards. Great movie. What was remarkable about the Q&A was that she wouldn't really start answering the programmers' questions until they raised, like, all the lights in the house. But she was like, I can't see anything. What's going on up here? Can we please turn the lights up? And I believe the programmer was like, well, we don't normally do that. She's like, please, can we do it?
I need to see.
They turned, like, the lights on the stage, and she was like, no, that's not what I mean. No.
She's like, please
give.
What did she want?
For another day.
She wanted to see the audience?
And then once all the lights came out, she was like, oh, okay, so now we can talk. She had incredible stage presence in that she did not seem like she knew she was in a room of, like, 900 people. It seemed like she thought she was in her living room.
Sure.
But Catherine Keener, pre-Capote, had played a lot of these very large characters.
Yeah.
Whether it's in Being John Malkovich or in some of the early Holliff centers, which also obviously have a grounded quality. She's playing this sort of, delusional liberal type. And so they're very earthy. They go to the video store. They recycle, but they're also clueless. I mean, this is the whole Holliff Center project is holes in the polite liberal archetype. But so when you look at the performance in that, when you think of the performance that way, and you think about not being 14 watching Capote for the first time, I imagine people were really surprised by this. Able to,
Right.
It's not a recessive performance, but it's a very quiet performance. And in many ways, what she's doing is casting Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance in relief. Like, it is a very complementary performance. They work together. Anyway, that's my introduction to why we're talking about it. And what's everybody else think?
What's Capote about?
Well, right.
Oh, good question. So Capote is about the playwright Tennessee Williams. So he is about to write a new play. And I'm already...
Hello?
So Capote is about Truman Capote writing in cold blood, basically. So basically what that is, he's leaving Brooklyn to go to Kansas, to where there has been a story that has rocked the nation, which he catches in a newspaper, not as the main story. Like, it's a little story that catches his eye about a farmhouse in Kansas that was broken into by two men, and the family inside was brutally murdered. And so he goes to Holcomb, where the small town where this took place, with his best friend, Nell Harper Lee, and investigates the crime, spends time in the town, and then eventually becomes way too close with one of the
becomes emotionally involved.
He becomes boyfriends.
To one of the killers.
It's a movie that I expected when I was 14 that it was going to be a movie about artistic triumph. And instead, the movie ends with him alone in an airplane at the height of his career in this metaphor, looking out at this land, all of which should be his, and yet the rest of his life will now be a descent. Because he is forever rocked by the insect.
By Perry Smith.
Perry Smith really rocked his shit, basically.
Because he chose to let Perry Smith die so that he could have the book.
So he could have his ending.
Well,
he keeps promising that he will, he promises help to the they're not victims. What's the opposite of victims? The perpetrators? Yeah. And he keeps saying he's going to get them a good lawyer, the murderers. And he doesn't.
Yeah. And he does.
So that he can write his little book.
Have his book.
He manipulates these men over the course of several years, and the closer he gets to Perry, and the more he's stringing him along, and the more he lets Perry in.
And he keeps saying, I haven't written a word. I haven't written anything. It's 5 years later.
The more
buddy.
You just watch in Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance, in those private moments, that this man is just hollowing out from the inside, basically. And by the time the book is published, it's the most important piece of nonfiction ever written in America up to that point, apart from the Bible. In America, though?
Ever written in America. That's right. Well, that's how most people who believe that the Bible is real were. Exactly. They believe that it was written in America.
In America.
But I expected that this was going to be, when I was a kid, this is going to be some movie about artistic triumph where it ends with applause. And it's basically about a man selling his soul and then dying.
And that is the story of Truman's life. He chose fame above relationships over and over and over, and eventually loses all of his good friends in New York and dies penniless and alone, basically. Jack is the only person that stood by him for his entire life.
I remember seeing the shot in the trailer. It's when he's arriving to the To Kill a Mockingbird red carpet, and then we can talk about Harper Lee. And he is sort of it's this weird, and it's like a low angle of him surrounded by well-wishers and fans on a red carpet, and he's getting his picture taken. And I remember thinking, watching the trailer, this is just the height of mid-century glamour. Like, how spectacular and fantastic is this? And then when you watch it in the context of the movie, first of all, he's probably had like 7 gins up to this point, and he is completely numbed out. Like, he is he is disassociated in that scene. And the contrast of that is pretty.
Because he's so deeply jealous of Nell, his best friend Nell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how about that last scene between the two? It's not their last scene on the phone, but it is their last scene in person, I believe, when he's at the
When they're
bar
on
for
the... Oh.
And
Isn't
she
their
wants
last
to-
scene when they're in the other country? In Spain or whatever? Or is that before the premiere?
No, that's before the premiere.
Oh,
By the
okay.
way,
Okay.
so when I threw this on to prep, I was just gonna watch the Harper Lee scenes, and then obviously I just had to watch.
Because you had just rewatched it recently.
But you had to watch the whole thing because Bennett Miller's a genius, and
Bennett Miller, baby.
no one understands Bennett Miller except me. I like to say that.
We'll do
Your log.
do Money
Bennett Miller.
Catcher on the show.
All 5-star films.
All 5-star films.
Literally.
I want to say, just very quickly, it's not about specifically Catherine Keener, but I do love Catherine Keener, and I've always loved Catherine Keener. But Capote, for me, as a wee youngin', was just like, oh, it's the Oscar bait movie with the Philip Seymour Hoffman performance.
Mhm.
And back then, I kind of watched it through that lens and never really just, like,
Same.
absorbed it the way I should have. So really, I marked this watch as a rewatch, but it really was like watching it for the first time because I was viewing it. I was immediately struck by the Bennett Miller of it all, and just what the movie actually is, and
Yeah.
5-star film. My little wee brain didn't comprehend at the time.
Yeah.
Is this movie about the scars of America? Just like Foxcatcher and in some ways Moneyball?
Yeah. Where's his?
That's how I felt too. And when I watched it when I was a teenager, I loved the movie, but I also remember thinking this is so much sadder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
The images in the flashbacks of the Clutter murder have stayed with me my entire life.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's fucked up.
There's no.
I think
violence.
the Oscars is like when I heard of the movie to my recollection. And
Me too, probably.
I think I had to have seen some PTA films by this point, but I didn't associate Philip with them. And I remember being like, they gave Best Actor to the goofy guy from Along Came Polly.
Along Came Polly.
Like that was like that was
your connect.
that was my main point of reference to him
How
at that
funny
point.
is that?
Yeah.
He was not a serious actor to you at that time.
No, he was not. I
was
didn't
the
get it
greatest
until yeah.
Now that I've watched this movie twice this year, and I'll watch it at least 2 more times this year,
Sure.
it's just really interesting to study his performance because I've obviously seen a lot of his work now that I'm old. And there's something about that corroding in real time quality as the film goes on. Like, it's staggering to watch how he plays the public versus private moments in that performance. And how this is, okay, we're supposed to be talking about Catherine Keener, but
I know.
I'm just admiring my DVD.
what an egomaniac that character is.
Yeah.
I have some comments about Nell in that.
Well, yeah, let's get into now
that-
because this is a good segue.
As a character, she's the only person in Truman's life that doesn't take his shit and doesn't let his shit fly in front of other people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when they're with
That amazing
Chris
scene.
Cooper and Amy Ryan, and she's making fun of him for saying she knows he's going to say I have 94% recall and stop that, and they're just laughing, and he is genuinely hurt by it, but but she's not going to let his shit go. Should we also say that they were friends from childhood?
He's
and
Dill in To Kill a Mockingbird.
She wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, and they are the two characters in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Well, they're not the main. Isn't
No, they're the two children.
Wait,
aren't
there's
they-
3 children in that book, right? Isn't
Oh,
Dill?
see, I only remember the two.
Dill is the boy next door.
I thought it was just Scout and Dill. I haven't read it since I was 15 years old.
I think Scout has a brother.
I have no idea.
Maybe I don't know what the hell.
I have no idea.
But
I do not remember.
Ben's point is exactly right. That's how the character functions in the script, and it's the way that Keener plays the part.
She's the moral conscience of the film, also.
And what I love about the direction and what I love about the performance are those double close-ups when you have Hoffman and Keener in the same shot, whether they are watching the court proceedings or they're at the dinner party, the scene you're talking about, watching the way that their faces react to the same thing. And Truman's his eyes light up with opportunity, and hers are much more empathic. And there's one court scene.
She experiences things as a human being first.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Truman doesn't.
Unlike Truman, yeah.
Well,
He's got dollar signs going in his eyes.
that's like one of the tensions of the film, and you also get this with the Chris Cooper character, and is that Capote has dollar signs in his eyes, sees a massive opportunity to accelerate his own fame and his own literary pedigree, and how he falls in the arts establishment and the social scene in New York. But every scene of this film is dealing with incredibly dark material.
Yeah.
And Bennett Miller brings that to life really well with all the shades of gray and brown and green. Like the whole thing is shot through this sort of, I don't want to say Midwest, because some people would say Kansas is the Midwest, but I take issue with that. It has this whole Kansas Gothic, color scheme.
Definitely.
Both in the landscapes, but then also in the portraiture and the close-ups and the group shots.
Yeah.
Keener's the only person who, like, of the leads of the film, Keener's the only performance that is actually taking in all of this trauma, with the appropriate amount of humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's probably why the performance, partly why it wins. But I haven't done any research on this. Maybe one of you have. But what was the competition for her that year?
So,
I'm curious to know, this is so stupid and doesn't have to do with her performance.
I did
but
look it up.
I'm curious about...
It's Rachel Weisz, isn't it?
Rachel Weisz won.
Yeah, so the nominees are...
Michelle Williams in Brokeback. Who else?
Oh, it was the Brokeback year.
Amy Adams in Junebug.
Okay.
And Frances McDormand in North Country.
God damn!
Yeah, I mean,
That's tough.
I love Frances McDormand. I don't think too highly of the North Country performance.
I have not seen that movie. Why would I see that movie?
It's an interesting
I saw
one.
it back in the day.
I remember seeing the
Keener won, right?
No. Rachel Weisz won.
Oh.
It's a tough year. I
thought Keener won.
Michelle
He
Williams.
does not have an Academy Award.
No. And then Catherine Keener. This is not the performance I would give Catherine Keener her Oscar for.
What? I mean, I would...
Maybe being John Malkovich. I mean, if we're just looking at...
For me, it's
nominations,
being
obviously
John Malkovich.
Okay.
But of these nominees, I'm tempted to... Because I'm giving Rachel Weisz Best Supporting Actress for The Favorite later on.
Great.
I would give it to Amy Adams.
Amy Adams is great.
So she has one.
I think I'd give it to Michelle.
I probably would have voted for Michelle.
Yeah.
What was she in? Constant Gardener?
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel Weisz, yeah. Constant Gardener.
I
It's
don't
a
remember
great
that movie at all.
I
I remember
is her
her in
performance.
that movie.
I don't remember her in it, but
It's great stuff. So we'll
It
do
is.
Nell,
that.
Quills, and The Constant Gardener. That'll be our next episode.
great.
I don't know why I thought she won. Let's see what my DVD says. She won Best Supporting Actress with the LA Film Critics, the Broadcast Film Critics, and the Boston Society of Film Critics.
Great.
So she did win in critic circles.
She had some good precursors there.
It's a good performance. What can I say? It's an understated
What
performance.
can we say?
It's just
We love
interesting that
understated.
she doesn't have a scene in the traditional supporting performance Academy Awards
That's a great point.
parlance.
That's another reason I think why the nomination sometimes gets called into question.
Yeah.
It's a lot of reacting. And because she is this sturdy, 2x4 of oak,
Yeah.
she's not giving so much to, if you're not paying too much attention to the performance, it can seem recessive. But she's doing a lot of judging and a lot of X-ray vision into Truman's soul, and that's really difficult to do.
That is difficult to portray, and it's it's very understated.
And obviously, I don't think that Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance is indebted to, in sort of a monumental way, to the Catherine Keener performance. But in the first act of that movie, the way that people react to the two of them. And the way, again, that like when they're in the same shot, the way that they will react to something differently, or the way that they like approach Janie or the schoolgirl or whatever her name is differently.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's something about the contrast.
And she's like, let me handle this.
She's like, please stay outside. It's so
I'm the human.
It's so funny because if I remember correctly, when Truman tries to approach her, he's like in the background of the shot, and he's just like,
Yeah.
Janie. And she like runs away. Like it's so impersonal. It's so
Just
invasive and exploited.
Creepy gay guy coming at me.
He's literally a creepy gay guy in a Bergdorf scarf. With the wraparound scarf that was so popular 15 years ago. But I think that the Keener performance, again, the way that I would phrase it is like throws the Hoffman performance into relief in a lot of ways. And it's very important to the foundations of that character in Act 1. And so I think that it's a great characterization, but she's also doing a lot of heavy lifting as a scene partner. And that's obviously a massive component of acting that doesn't get shouted out as much in these awards conversations.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Interestingly, the Sony Pictures Classic logo is black on the film, not the iconic blue that we are used to from Sony Pictures.
Oh.
On palette, on brand.
I thought that was interesting. It was just like, Now, why is that?
And that's
To match the palette.
Yes,
I think that's beautiful.
the black part of the film.
I completely
They put Perry in the ladies' cell, by the way. If you want to get into the sexual politics of the film,
absolutely.
Perry is
Perry-
coded as a faggot,
He's queer coded,
Faggot.
and that's why Truman
chomp those aspirin.
Wants to love him.
Oh my god!
feels the sameness with him. He thinks he went out the front door and Perry went out the back door.
Which
They are
readers,
aligned.
or listeners, is that a reference
Readers.
To William, is that a reference to William Faulkner's As I Lay Dying? If someone could let me know.
Is it?
Every time,
I haven't
every time
read
I've
that.
seen it or heard that. It's a good book. I haven't read it probably since I saw Capote as a teenager. But I believe that novel opens with the image of like one brother leaving the front, one leaving the back, or maybe it's they're walking on different sides of the house. But to illustrate,
Well, if it is As I Lay Dying, Truman would know because he has 94% recall.
that's what I'm getting at. That's what
So
I'm
you'd be able to make the
getting at.
joke.
It's like some literate, like hyper literate illusion.
Interesting.
I love when Perry says about his author picture on the back of the novel. It's very undignified. And that's a famous photo of Capote. And he is so like trying to do like his slutty
Looking like a whore.
twink thing. Yeah. He's looking like a twink whore. And that's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Looking like a twink whore.
Beautiful.
Last thing I'll say about Catherine Keener, in terms of contrasting to the other players in the film. Nell is the only character in the film without an agenda. And something about that blank canvas quality to the performance, when you think about it with that aspect of how the character is written, that again has a type of moral or ethical power.
Which is why everyone is jealous of her.
Totally. I didn't even
Because she succeeds without any pretense, unlike everyone else in the film. And Truman does succeed, but with quite a bit of pretense.
I think that the podcast medium is prone to analytic hyperbole, but I do think that you could think of this performance as an anchor of the film. I won't say the anchor, but because
It's a voice of a generation.
it's a anchor
Not the.
in a Bennett Miller picture.
Right.
But because of that element of this is the one altruistic character in the entire film, and maybe it's altruistic is the wrong way to look at it. Maybe that's too noble, but she is the only character in the film who is not out to get hers.
She's just
And
reacting
she does.
appropriately.
Yeah, and then
I learned in the IMDb trivia for this film, which is entirely facts about real life, none about the film.
By the way.
maybe trivia.
Nell was not credited for any labor that she did on In Cold Blood. The book is dedicated to her, but she was pissed off that she was not credited as being a research assistant. Pissed her off.
hair.
Yeah, which goes to the no one respects her, really.
Yeah, I mean, and then you
There's-
think about how she was taken advantage of as an older woman late in life.
Yeah.
And Go Set a Watchman, the sequel to Kill a Mockingbird, was published basically against
Against her will.
Yep.
It's very sad, but
Yeah.
by the way, that's the other thing about this performance, and then we can wrap this up, and it's not a complicated point. While Harper Lee is an iconic American author, she was fairly reclusive in life. I mean, she was not on Dick Cavett. She was not on Dick Cavett or like rushing towards a camera or a microphone the way that
Right.
Capote was.
Truman.
And so it's admirable to me the way that Harper Lee does as an image become iconic to me through her performance. The same cannot be said.
And not through Sandra Bullock?
So the same cannot be said.
Is that what you were going to...
in Infamous.
Sorry, I stepped on your...
By the way, no, it's okay. I don't think
Stepped on your joke.
I don't think that that's a. It's okay. That's what we do on the show. We talk over each other. I do it about 100 times every episode. I don't hate that performance in Infamous, but it
I haven't seen Infamous.
does not
Neither have I.
to burning in your brain the way that the character.
Oh, that's why you were sending that screenshot around, Ben.
Of Sandra Bullock
Sandra Bullock as Harper Lee.
as Nell Harper Lee in Infamous.
Side by side comparison.
We could have. Maybe we'll get to Sandy B in another episode.
I would
Matt
like to
said
pat myself on the back for the restraint that I exhibited in today's episode, not trying to do Truman Capote's voice for the entirety of the Capote section.
Smoking a cigarette
It's a very
with a glass of gin. He really
has
makes
the
it look
biggest
fun to
accent.
smoke a cigarette and have a drink.
the way that
It
he
made
can
me
balance
want
them
one.
both in the same
Yeah.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Talent.
When he's telling the story to Chris Cooper, who's also excellent in the film, I think.
he is.
The first
He's
first
excellent
party scene.
everywhere.
And then you realize at the end of his anecdote where it's just like, will you stop running your mouth? You are not the center of the universe. That actually he was doing something kind of kind, which was he was trying to do that same kindness of continuing to speak so there's no silence to the Chris Cooper character. Amy Ryan has a great line in this movie, though. Alvin, get
Tell
your
us.
pants on. They're here. Alvin, get your pants on.
That's the episode title.
Mm.
That'll be good.
Alvin, get your pants on.
Alvin,
They're
get
here.
your pants on. They're
That's
here.
right,
Great
baby.
performance. Well, the drinking in the movie is interesting, though, because I think that the drinking in the movie, especially in Act 1, seems really fun. Like, I can't tell you the last time that I moved from wine to whiskey, or like they're drinking a lot of different things in
Yeah.
that one scene
Mhm.
at Chris Cooper and Amy Ryan's house.
Yeah.
I was like, God, it's been a long time since I've been having so much fun in conversation at a dinner party that I'm like, I'm gonna mix alcohols. I'm gonna drink. And by the end of the movie, it just like seeing his gin bottle.
By the end, it's like
Ooh,
Bob Balaban is on the phone, like he won't get out of bed.
Bob Balaban.
Speaking of Mighty Wind.
Speaking of, he is so funny in A Mighty Wind.
I know.
When he's on the stage doing the set inspection, he's like, and what are we going to do about this furniture?
That's set. That's the set. Why is this one 3D and this one 2D?
Is the audience going to, is that going to be a problem for the audience? That this is real and this is...
Those lights look a little wobbly.
When he's talking about the plan, he's like,
And he
what
hits
about
them.
these viney things? What about these viney things? Oh, man.
Anyway, this is the
Okay.
Mighty Wind episode.
On that note,
This was longer than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you guys. I thought
we
this-
really did it.
Well,
Really did it.
Let me
what
tell
did
you-
everyone watch last?
Okay, yes. I'll go first because it's related to our films today. Oh, Ben, please.
No, I am excited to share that I have been
Oh, okay.
catching up on John Mulaney's Netflix
Oh.
show from last year, Everybody's Live, which is the most fun I've had watching a talk show in decades.
I'll be tuning in.
I think he's so funny. Unfortunately, the show has revealed to me that he lives in Orange County, which is very dark-sided to me. But,
I mean,
you know,
Little bit.
he's
I
He's
can see
a-
him wanting to remove himself a bit.
from LA. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. But I think he's hotter than ever now that he has gone
Great.
through some shit and he's gained a little weight. He's got an ass on him now. And,
Great.
you know, good for him. John Mulaney.
Great Mulaney interview with Mark Maron, which I think was the episode.
They're good friends. Maron announced he was...
Yeah, Maron announced that he was ending the show on the episode
with John Mulaney.
It's a terrific interview. I highly recommend
it.
Daniel, last thing you watched?
Last thing I watched was
Capote.
Moment. Well, actually,
you saw The Moment.
The last thing I watched was Capote, but I've realized we can't say. I think Brandon.
Right, we cannot
say what we watched something for the show.
Correct. That's cheating.
But I saw The Moment last night, and I didn't really like it. I'm sorry.
Fair.
I don't expect to like it.
I would like to see it.
I thought Charlie was great, and I think that Charlie can do a lot with a close-up, and I wouldn't really lay the fault there. I think I put this in my Letterboxd log, but I literally don't think the movie knows how a scene works. There are no scenes in this movie.
I mean, it's directed by a music video time,
and it shows. There are things I was laughing kind of consistently throughout the movie, but
that's a good sign.
Not particularly. I recommend seeing it if you're at all a Charlie fan or if you're interested in the music mockumentary format. Speaking of A Mighty Wind, but mostly doing the double feature of The Moment and Josie and the Pussycats.
And Capote. Oh,
no. Well, that would have been an
whoa whiplash.
But Josie and the Pussycats in The Moment have a lot of thematic similarity. They're covering a lot of comparable ground when it comes to they are these meta explorations of the intersection of capital and music. The idea of consumerism run amok by an evil class of executives who have no regard for art and are only trying to make more money for themselves and make more money for their evil friends. And I just think Josie and the Pussycats eats its lunch in every single aspect of that theme.
Hell yeah.
I just thought that The Moment wasn't very good. And I think Charlie is largely innocent. And I guess that's all I cared. I could go on, but I don't care.
Great. Perfect.
wonderful.
The last thing... Wonderful. The last thing I watched was A Mighty Wind, which
nice.
We've said enough.
We've gone in on A Mighty Wind.
So,
yes, that's it. 5-star film for me.
can you put a mirror under his nose to see, in fact, if he is breathing? Or whatever he says.
What a picture.
There, I'm doing my shtick. Hey, what happened?
Hey, what happened?
What a legend. I mean, rest in peace, rest in power to Catherine O'Hara, rest in power to Fred Willard. I watched their audition scene from Waiting for Guffman a lot after she passed. It's crazy to think that neither of them are with us now. Thinking a lot about those two. Oh, so what are we doing next week?
We will be talking about the novel Wuthering Heights, the 1939 version of Wuthering Heights, and the 2011 version of Wuthering Heights. And only those iterations, only those.
There's not even a newer one out.
No, those are the only ones that exist.
Yeah, there's nothing to talk about there, so I'm curious why you're underlining it. Those are the only two I'm aware of. Speaking of Charlie XCX, fake fan, haven't listened to the album yet.
I enjoyed it.
Deciding whether I'm going to listen to it before or after the movie that doesn't exist.
I'm not really a Charlie fan.
Then, I mean,
I'll say it.
I might. No, that's. I mean, Charlie.
Mark,
I'll say it.
That's part of what the
say it louder.
Getting into. It's part of what the
music's
getting
decent.
Into. Like, Charlie is not for everybody, and that's fine. And that's fine. Like it's people who like it, and those who don't.
For Charlie fans,
I just don't like that people have like a parasocial relationship with her.
Yeah,
it really bothers me that they think that she would like them because she wouldn't. That's my thing.
Well, that is the thing about. Hold on. So my
she's never gonna want to do coke with you.
I'm just gonna say quickly, Wuthering Heights Charlie album harkens back to her first album, True Romance, in terms of style. Thank you.
Good
Okay.
point. Good point. I don't know why I'm saying good point. Haven't listened to the album again. Don't know
Well,
what
you
I'm
will
saying.
agree.
Yeah. Okay, so my topic for next week, speaking of artists who we miss dearly, the great Frederick Wiseman has left the planet Earth. This is a devastating loss to the film community. He was 96 years old, so we were lucky to have him as long as we had him. But the work was excellent all the way through. I mean, Menu Plaisir was one of my, I think, 5 or 10 best that year. That's as good as
I have to see that.
that's about as good as any of the ones that are not like the 5 out of 5 masterpieces, and it basically is a 5 out of 5 masterpiece. I love Frederick Wiseman, and instead of continuing to talk about it now, I will say that my topic for next week is we're going to be going back to the early years. Frederick Wiseman, the early years. We're going to talk about his second film, High School, from 1968, which for many people at the time would have been the first Frederick Wiseman movie they saw. We'll talk about why that is more on the episode. And then we're going to talk about Hospital, which I often point to as my favorite Frederick Wiseman film.
And my
I have not seen either.
TBD.
It's going to be fun. They're really fun movies, and there's a lot of wonderful sections and scenes to talk about.
Yay.
Great.
Goodbye.
Sorry about my
Well,
headphones.
till next time.
Bye.